guys, I'm back with another mani. So I have some full coverage nail tips here from 𝑻𝒊𝒔𝒉 Nail, and I am going to apply Born Pretty's gel base coat to the nail. I only show one nail on camera, so I will apply base coat to one nail in a thin, even layer, and then I will do the rest off camera and cure in my LED lamp for a full 60 seconds. So after curing, I'm going in and using Glitter Jelly 07 from Born Pretty. This, in the previous video, I'll link it in the cards, I showed this color. This is one of the colors that Born Pretty sent me in a PR package not too long ago. And so thank you to Born Pretty for sending me this color. And so it reminds me of the classic nail color Cotton Candy. A really sheer glitter jelly. It has really fine shimmer / glitter in there that's giving off an iridescent vibe, like a purple color. I wish I had this in like a blue. And so I'm applying a thin layer of that to the nail, and then I'm going to cure in my LED lamp for a full 60 seconds. After that first coat on all nails has been cured, and you can see it's a pretty translucent color, I will go in and apply a second coat to all nails and cure for 60 seconds. So off camera, I did apply a third coat because I wanted to the nails to be more opaque, and so these are the nails with the third coat. I'm going in with an alcohol wipe, and I'm removing the tacky or inhibition layer from the nails because I am going to go in and do some nail stamping. And so you don't have to do this, but if you don't want that inhibition layer on your nails, or on your stamper head, sorry, then that could be problematic. And so I just thought I was going to use two plates here, CJS 99 Paisley Princess and CJS 80, which is, I think it's Butterfly Wishes from Clear Jelly Stamper. I only used the Butterfly Wishes plate, and so I should have picked out my colors ahead of time. I was trying to kind of use the colors on the spec sheet, but yeah, no. And so I have a blue I picked out from Maniology in my stamping polish, and so initially I was going to stamp the image in the lower right hand corner of the plate, and what I didn't realize is butterflies, and then they're surrounded by little circles. But what I didn't realize, I thought each butterfly was supposed to be surrounded by a circle, but that's not the case. It's a pattern. And so that blue kind of, it stood out on the nail, but ultimately I didn't like it. And so I had a gray from Clear Jelly Stamper that I was going to use, and then I changed my mind. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that in gray. And so I pulled out another, I think this is called Chill Out from Maniology. I think it came in like a Christmas set, and so I liked that it was kind of holographic a little bit, and I thought that would look good on the nail. And so here I'm looking, I'm like, is that right? I was like, is that right? And so I pressed that down, and then I decided that I didn't like that color blue against the nail, and so I'm going in with Unicorn Horn from Maniology, and I'm re-stamping that because sometimes I didn't pick out any colors before I started. I just knew I wanted to use that gel color, and I wanted to use this butterfly stamping plate. And so then once I use Unicorn Horn, which is the purple, to stamp the butterflies, I then go in with Chill Out to outline them in the blue. And so now I could have kept it that way. There was really nothing wrong with it, but after I did the rest of the stamping off camera, I went in and did this with two different purples. And so that's when I was like, is this right? The butterflies aren't outlined in circles. And then I had to look at the spec sheet, and I realized that they're not supposed to be. is kind of like a off pattern. Every other butterfly is outlined in the circle. And so I'm just going in. I didn't want to use all of the butterflies, so I just pick out the 3. And you can kind of play around with this. The 2 colors that I end up using was unicorn horn, and I think the other one was gloom from 𝑻𝒊𝒔𝒉, 2 different purples. And so I was like, I'm gonna do this purple, and then I'm gonna do this blue, and then I was gonna stamp it, and I was like, that's ugly. Like, that's real ugly. So then I was gonna use another purple, and this one I was like, okay, we're gonna use this purple. Well, that didn't show up at all. Like, it was so translucent. I was like, I need to use this as a nail polish, because what color is this gonna stand out on? And so I need to go in and kind of put that color on top of a little swatch sticker on top of that stamping polish, because I was like, what the hell, that ain't working either. So I decided to go in with gloom, which is a darker purple. And I didn't clean anything off the nail. So I went in with the darker purple, and I'm just stamping that on top, trying to get that lined up. I try my best to show the stamping in the camera, but sometimes when you're trying to line something up, if you're doing layered stamping, it's hard. And so I go in and I stamp that, and then there's like a single butterfly. And so I use that, and you can play around with this. You can do the base as a light color and the filler or the outline in a darker color, but here I chose a darker color. I wish I would have reversed it. And so I'm going in with the word flutter and gloom and applying that to this nail. And I do stamp an image on all of the nails. So that's this nail. Again, I fixed that middle nail off camera. I had some lint there, don't know what happened. And so I'm going in and I'm stamping more butterflies on the nail. And so here, again, you can use your finger to remove excess stamping polish from the stamper head, or you can use a lint roller. I do a combination of both in this particular video. Now, the one thing about using your gloved finger to remove excess stamping polish from the stamper head before you place it on the nail, you could end up getting polish on your actual stamper, and when you wipe it off, it kind of makes the stamper, the sides of it, kind of cloudy. Now, if you don't mind that, it's fine. It still stamps fine. It's just the stamper looks like it's been through a rough time in life, but whatever. And so I'm going in and I am just making sure I get the nails covered. I didn't like empty space on the nails, and I thought the purple colors really stood out on this glitter jelly color number 7. And so I'm just repeating that process on the thumbnail. I didn't want to put butterflies, so I just put the word butterflies, but not butterflies, but butterfly on the side of that thumbnail. And I thought that was really simple and really cute. And I did get some stamping polish on that nail. I'm just going in with a Q-tip and acetone and just wiping that off, because you can't clean up any mistakes. And so with the last nail, I'm just going in. I'm going to apply the word, or stamp the word wish on the nail. And then there's a little kind of like gives me like a cartoon butterfly. But one thing I did notice after I finished this set is that the outline, I didn't get all of the outline at the top all the way, but it was fine. I just say it was fine. And so after I get all of the nails stamped, I do go in and apply Born Pretty's top coat to the nails. And so some of this plate, I just couldn't figure it out. It was like multiple images, and I was like, you need to practice stamping more than one if the image is in like more than 3 parts. And so here are the 2 colors that I end up using, gloom and unicorn horn. I do have discount codes for all 3 companies: Born Pretty, 𝑻𝒊𝒔𝒉, and Clear Jelly Stamper. And so here I'm going in with Born Pretty's the no wipe top coat, making sure that I get good coverage on the nail. And I'm just, when I finish, I do kind of check for the shininess, kind of move the nails all around so that to make sure that I can see a reflection in the entire nail of the light, so that I know I got good coverage on the nails before I cure. And again, this top coat I am going to cure for a full 60 seconds in my LED lamp. And I do apply these nails with some just regular sticky tabs that I have, not my good old Jolly Snaps. And believe it or not, I recorded this video last night on March the 25th, and it's March 26th at 6:19 p.m. and they are still on. So here are the nails. I think I'm gonna take them off tonight though. And so this is in my nail room light. And then I went outside earlier today at lunchtime, and here are the nails in the sunlight. So yeah, really, really cute. So thank you to Born Pretty for sending me this color. So guys, please like this video if you found value. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe to my channel. It's free 99. Thank you so much for watching.